Welcome back, YouTube. Today we are doing beer can chicken.
Woo!
Woo! So this is my wife's favorite meal. Absolutely, hands down, her favorite. That's why I actually got 2 chickens today. Not only are we feeding a small army, but she'll probably eat most of one herself because she loves it. She's giving a thumbs up behind the camera.
She's been walking back and forth, excited. Like, when are you guys going to do this?
So a couple of things that I want to talk about beer can chicken. Beer can chicken has been around for years. Somebody got the idea of putting a beer can up a chicken's butt.
Who would think it?
I know. If you want to be the favorite uncle, tell your nephews that. They'll think it's your 9-year-old nephews. They'll think it's the funniest thing in the world. Actually, it's kind of funny when you're 46 still too. But the thing is I'm gonna put it on the smoker, of course, but you can do this in the oven. Don't let have a smoker stop you.
And I have done this on my barbecue grill.
Yeah, you can do it on the grill. You can do indirect heat. I was just gonna say, you have a gas grill or something. You have 3 burners. Turn the middle one off and put the 2 on. Just make sure you rotate it every once in a while to sort of overcook one side of the bird.
And if you do, just tell everyone it's blackened beer can chicken.
There you go. So the other thing too is, if you go on Reddit, that rabbit hole, or even YouTube, people will say that it's a waste to do a beer can and chicken because it doesn't do anything. I'm not a scientist. I'm not going to weigh in on that. But I say every time we've done this, it just turns out amazing and it's moist. So it's worth the $1 you pay for a banquet beer, or I guess high life beer today.
Yeah.
So, and that's the reason I have this one out here. Just this is what I had in the drawer. This is an 805. This is a California beer, and we like it here. I'm not going to use that one because it's more expensive. I mean, I literally have the cheap High Life in the fridge, and I use cheap beer for stuff like this, brats, anything else. I always have it available.
But he doesn't drink cheap beer.
No, not usually. I don't drink too much of the High Life, but it's fine. It's definitely great for cooking. The one thing with the beer, though, regardless of what kind you use, make sure you take it out of the refrigerator and let it warm up. This has been out of the fridge for about 6 hours now. It's pretty much room temperature.
Oh.
So it will help it heat up and get up to temp a little bit more in the once it's in the bird. As I mentioned earlier, we're doing 2 chickens. I'm just gonna move this out of the way so you can see them. Normally when we do this, we just do it for one, but we have company coming over today, so I'm actually doing 2 whole birds. Actually, Costco sells a 2-pack of organic chickens. That's what these are. I think these 2 are $22 altogether. And, maybe your mileage will vary depending where you live, obviously, as far as price. I took these out of the plastic packaging and put them on a rack here in a cookie sheet and put them in the fridge just to let the skin dry a little bit. And they've probably been drying for about 6 hours. You could even do it the night before if you want. Honestly, I forgot about it. That's the reason why I did it early this morning. And again, that will help get the skin crispy because moisture, especially water, is your enemy when it comes to crispy skin.
Yep.
So.
And you want them at room temperature as well, usually, before you get going.
Yeah, definitely. These have been sitting out for a little bit. They're definitely not room temperature yet, but we'll still get going.
Okay, they're getting close.
Yeah, they're getting going.
And I know that seems weird, like, oh my gosh, but you're going to be amazed at the difference it's going to bring. Most meats you're going to want to bring up to room temperature before you cook it.
We're going to season these 2 different ways. And you can use any seasoning you want. This is total preference. Don't go out and buy anything. Use what's in your cupboard. Even if it's salt, pepper, garlic powder, or something. Do it. We're using John Henry's Greek rub. Got it at a local store. This is from Houston. I really like it. I don't get a commission or anything off it. This is what we're using here. The other rub we're using is Killer High's brisket rub. And it doesn't say you can use it for chicken on here. I mean, obviously these are just suggestions. I like it because it gives it a nice deep pepper flavor. And that's the reason why I use it. It does say it is, eligible for, or not eligible, but it does suggest turkey, and I guess turkey, chickens, same thing, it's smaller. I don't know.
I use Monterey steak season a lot on chicken for the same reason. It gives it that peppery flavor. So if you like pepper, there's lots of options out there.
Yeah, definitely. And so again, we'll have 2 different choices for everybody to try. And we'll get started on prepping the chicken.
Oh, I just want to mention something about chicken safety as well. It used to be in the old days we used to wash our chicken. I'm sure that everybody knows that that's not recommended anymore because you don't want to spread the germs. So don't wash them, and make sure that you really use safe food handling with chicken.
Yeah, definitely. I did pat these dry, just kind of speed up the lock process a little bit, but yeah, you don't want to wash them. And I have one glove on. This is going to be my chicken hand, and then my free hand is going to be for the spices and stuff. What I have right now is I'm going to use some duck fat, and I'm going to do a light coat. This is just to get the seasoning to stick. You can use pan spray on oil, or you can even use olive oil on there, avocado, whatever you want. But I'm going to use this today.
Doesn't that seem a little bit like being a cannibal for these poor birds?
I don't know. I don't think
they don't care.
I don't think they're too worried about that at this point.
I mean, looking at a lot of Gary Larson comics, so I have a weird sense of humor tonight.
And I just have it on the rack here, just kind of contain the mess. And I'm going to season really liberally. This is the Greek rub. Make sure you get all the nooks and crannies. The little wing pit there, armpit, whatever they call it.
You're just going to bathe it in that golden, delicious herbs, right?
Exactly. Bird number 2 is getting the biscuit rub. That comes a lot faster, obviously.
Yeah. You can see that there's a lot of pepper in that.
So this rub is made by Killer Hogs, and Malcolm Reed's the one that makes it, and he has a great YouTube video, especially for people who love, smoking and grilling and stuff. I definitely recommend watching any of his videos. That's kind of what got me the idea on YouTube, and definitely, Malcolm's got plenty of subscribers, but I definitely recommend watching his stuff too, because you learn a lot from him, and really and truly, he enjoys what he's doing. So that's why I do buy some of his products. It's good products, and he goes in depth to how he makes them and stuff. Again, cavity.
So that gives you 2 YouTube videos to subscribe to.
That's right. Okay, so all 30 current subscribers go subscribe to Malcolm, and he won't know what's going on with the algorithm.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
All right, I got the 2 chickens seasoned exactly how I want them. That was the fun part. Normally, like I said, I cook one at a time. So I have one beer rack. I think this is made by Camp Shed. I think it was $9 at one of the Sportsman stores. I definitely recommend it. It just makes it a little more stable. But you can use a regular can too. You just got to be careful because it's easier to tip over.
And I made the mistake one time of buying one that wasn't quite so heavy, a little bit cheaper, and it didn't stabilize. So for $9, get one that's going to work.
Yeah, definitely. So you just drop your beer in there. So like I said earlier, our chickens are going to be living the high life there in the smoker. So I did take a can opener and probably open the lid so there was a bigger cutout.
Get more of that coming up into the chicken.
Exactly. And if you want, this is completely optional, and sometimes I do it if I have it on hand, is you could put some like poultry herbs in there, rosemary, thyme, something like that. One of the local grocery stores actually sells a poultry pack, especially around Thanksgiving. And if I have one of those in the fridge, I will just drop it in there.
Oh, that's creative,
so, yeah, today I'm not going to do it.
Apparently we're not worth it.
That's right. So we're going to do the fun part now of putting the bird onto the rack.
And now this is where the 8-year-old in you starts to giggle a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, AJ, I know that you're doing this on the smoker. Is there a specific wood that you're going to use or pellet?
So what I'm using is, so I use lumberjack pellets, and I mix half cherry, half pecan.
Oh.
So, I definitely wouldn't use pecan straight. That'd probably be a little strong for poultry. You know, so I definitely go cherry or apple if you saw something fruity.
Oh,
like
okay.
that. So, and what I'm gonna do is just kind of top this off again, just to you know, when I was manhandling it, kind of got some rub off of it. So I'm just gonna.
Yeah, he was really rough with this chicken.
That's right. Just a little. I won't do that one.
Remember which one has which spice?
Well, like I said, normally we don't do two.
Yeah.
So I have the smoker set for 350 degrees.
Okay.
Don't, you know, this isn't meat. Don't smoke it at a low temperature like you would a brisket or, you know, a tri-tip or something like that. It doesn't have the fat content that a piece of meat has.
Oh, so it would just get dry.
Exactly. It's dry. It gets rubbery. It's just not very good. So at least 350. You could, you know, some people do 400. At least probably an hour and 10, 15 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll put it on the smoker. I'll put a probe in the deepest part of the breast, and we'll go to about 165, and then bring it in and let it rest for a little bit.
All right. And guys, I wish you could see this. Usually we have a dog that's pacing back and forth when we're cooking, but right now it's AJ's wife because she's so excited for this.
Yes, she is. Here's the chicken on the smoker. Here's the one without the rack. He's kind of leaning, and the one with the rack. Here's the dog trying to figure out what's going on. So, yeah. And I did put the probes in. We're about 80 degrees right now, and we'll pull them off at another 80 degrees. So. All right, so these were on the smoker. I would say probably about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I forgot to time it. The smaller one obviously finished a little bit first. It's been resting longer. You can tell the skin is kind of crunchy as I put a little pressure on it. This one here, this is, you know, I probably should have gone out and turned it because it was close to the wall, the firewall and the smoker, so I got a little more heat there. I should have turned it, but it's still going to be delicious. So what I do is the fun part is pulling the beer can out. Be careful because there's a lot of hot juices. These have been sitting for about 20 minutes, so that's helped. And you just discard that. The same thing with this one. Like I said, it is hot. I've been sitting for 20 minutes. I gotta have, you know, insulated gloves on, so don't just go diving in like I am without. You got that.
Which one?
Just like that wing. There we go. That wing was holding it back. Okay. Looks like here's the Greek one, and this is the brisket rub one. So we're gonna cut and carve and taste it.
Yay! My favorite part is tasting.
All right, so here's our beer can chicken. This is the Greek rub one here, and this is the brisket rub. I'm gonna try the brisket rub one.
Okay. Then I'll try the Greek one.
Nice, so good.
Oh my. It's worth living the high life.
That's right. Here, try it. Oh, I guess when you finish that, I'll try the brisket one.
And you really can taste the beer. It's subtle, but it's there.
Take some of the skin too. The skin's without flavor of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm.
You like the brisket rub?
Mm-hmm.
You don't think brisket rub for chicken, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, she finished chewing. I'm just going to close out saying thank you for watching our video today. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell if you want more notifications, and check back next Thursday. We do videos every Thursday. See you next week. Bye.